What is up, everyone? This is Jojo the Techie here, and today on this channel, we're getting a first look at the new Google Pixel Watch 4. For a while now, it's felt like Google was getting close, but never quite stuck the landing. But can the Pixel Watch finally best the Samsung Galaxy or Apple Watch? They've tweaked the design, seriously upgraded the performance, and packed in some genuinely useful AI and safety features. Let's break it down. Alright, let's start with the design, because the first thing you'll notice is this screen. The watch itself has a slimmer profile on the wrist, but the star of the show is what they're calling the actual 360 dome display. And what that means is not only is the glass on top curved, but the actual screen panel underneath is too. This pushes the display out further, shrinks the bezels by about 16%, and just makes the whole thing look much nicer. And it gets ridiculously bright. We're talking a peak of 3000 nits, which is awesome on a watch for outdoor visibility. The new software was clearly built for these curves too. As you scroll, the menus and lists kind of morph and flow along the edge, which is a really nice touch. The haptics feel better too. The little buzzes and taps are tighter and more precise, so you really feel your notifications. Now, under the hood, the Pixel Watch 4 has that smart hybrid setup that we've recently seen other smartwatches adopt as well. There's a powerful Snapdragon chip that does the heavy lifting for things like maps and apps, but it's backed up by a co-processor for the basic stuff. That smaller chip is now faster while using half the power. So what does that mean for you? Better battery life. Although we could always use more, Google is actually rating it for 30 to 40 hours, depending on the model of course. But for me, the real game changer is the charging speed, which is about 25% faster than the Pixel Watch 3. We're talking 0 to 50% in around 15 minutes, which is clutch when you forget to charge it and you're about to head out. The new charging dock is smarter too. Just pop the watch on its side and it turns into a little nightstand clock, showing you the charge time. It'll even ping you if it isn't sitting right on the charger, which is a nice little touch. Battery saver mode has also been tweaked to the point that it can stretch it to 2 or even 3 days in a pinch, without turning off the important health and safety tracking. Google is also getting more serious about accuracy when it comes to the health and fitness tracking. For anyone who runs or hikes, they've added dual frequency GNSS. Basically, it uses 2 different satellite signals at once to get a much more accurate lock on your location, which is perfect for those that normally do their runs while they're in between tall buildings or on trails with dense tree cover. The sleep tracking also got a huge upgrade. Instead of just using a basic model, it's now using a more sophisticated AI, making it more accurate at figuring out your sleep stages. And here's a big one. You no longer need a Fitbit premium subscription to see the key recovery data. That's a huge win. For cyclists, there's a new feature that streams your real-time stats like heart rate and speed right to your phone lock screen while you ride, which is pretty cool. The intelligence features baked into this watch are where things get interesting. Gemini is here now with Race to Talk, which literally engages by just lifting the watch to your mouth, asking your question, and it answers. The smart replies are also way better thanks to a small language model running right on the watch, so the suggestions it gives you are more contextual and sound more human. There's also a feature called Notification Cooldown, which I actually love. If a noisy group chat is blowing up on your wrist, it will intelligently quiet these notifications down for a couple of minutes so you can catch a break. But the biggest news here is a legitimate safety breakthrough. This is the first smartwatch to have emergency satellite communication built in. If you're completely off-grid with no self-service and you get into trouble, you can still contact emergency services. That, plus existing features like fall detection, makes this a seriously capable safety device. Honestly, this feature is so important, I'm planning a full deep dive and maybe even a field test on it. If you want to see that, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. This feels like the Pixel Watch that Google has been trying to build for years. It's premium, it's fast, and it's genuinely smart. And for the DIY crowd, it's worth pointing out that this is the first Pixel Watch that's actually designed to be repaired. You can get replacement screens and batteries through iFixit, which is a fantastic move for longevity. Although there are other options out there, I think that if you're a Google Pixel user, this is definitely the watch to get. It matches the Material 3 expressive language that the Google Pixels have, in addition to subtle little ecosystem goodies that you just don't get when you venture out. Now, the Google Pixel Watch 4 is available from the Google Store and many other retailers for $350 and $400 for the 41mm and 45mm versions, respectively. It's also available in moonstone, porcelain, and obsidian. But let me know down in the comments which feature from the ones I mentioned you're the most excited about. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next one.